are winning. We are slowly winning, and we must remember that. We must match the courage of Tibetans inside Tibet. We must honor their sacrifice. They are fighting not only for basic human rights, but for full independence. We must match their cries for Rongzhen with Rongzhen. We must show the Chinese government that we shall not stop. We must come at this in a position of strength. That's the only thing that China respects, is strength. And what have Tibetans inside shown them? Strength and power and solidarity and unity. From Utsang to Amdo to Kham, Tibetans are rising up. Not just Momolas and Popolas, but children, as we see here today. We have seen uprisings and revolutions happen in the past year. We know that this is possible. We know that a different world is possible. We know that dictators fall. We need to remind Hu Jintao, Wen Jiabao, Xi Jinping, and all the Politburo that will continue fighting, and Tibetans will continue to struggle. The self-immolations are a direct response of the repression that's going on inside Tibet. And we must match the Chinese government's will to dominate with our will to fight back. Longsha, Longsha! Longsha, Longsha! We will rise up. Tibetans have been rising up. Egyptians, Tunisians, Libyans, Syrians are showing the world that non-violence works, that the people's uprising works, and it only works when there is people outside supporting. I know that many of you have come out to March 10th over and over again, wondering, where's this going? Wondering, when will Tibet be free? If anything, Tibetans inside Tibet have shown us that with their leadership, with their vision, and with their strength, Tibet will be free. They never have to worry about looking over their shoulder to see if a Chinese guard is watching them. One day, His Holiness will be back in the Potala where he belongs. One day, the Momolas and Popolas will be here with the little kids in the stroller, celebrating inside a free Tibet, because we have all seen that empires fall. I come from a country that has seen occupation and colonization. I come from a country that has resistance and fighting in their blood, and I have seen the same in the Tibetan people. I have seen the same type of fire in their eyes. We must continue this. We must bring this anger and this rage and remind the world that Tibet will be free. Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Nga pepame, ini nga sem pepayin.
Wow.
Nye pagi chetu soklu taki.
Wow.
When Tibetans and their supporters were in Beijing back in 2008, we knew that we are doing this because of your strength. When Tibetans are organizing on the ground, many of you might have heard of the Lakar movement. Who has heard of the Lakar movement? Raise your fist. This critical cultural resistance is happening inside Tibet. It was inspired by Tibetans to show the Han Chinese that they are not Chinese. They are proud Tibetans. They are learning their language. We have people here wearing chupas. We have them showing that I am a Tibetan, that they are proud to be Tibetans. Always be proud of your strength. Always be proud of your history, because one day, when Tibet is free, your brothers and sisters and family members will need that. We must continue the unified fight against the Chinese government. Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
When we march through the streets of San Francisco today, when we start getting tired, We must remember to rock the very foundations of these buildings. When we get to the Chinese consulate, we need to wake up every Chinese consulate official inside to show them that the resistance continues inside and outside of Tibet. When Tibet is free, I look forward to that day when we can all raise a glass of chang to each other, celebrate Losar, celebrate the Tibetan identity, because that day will come true. Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
What do we want?
We want free Tibet!
When do we want it?
We want free
What do we want?
Free Tibet!
When do we want it?
Now!
China, China, China!
Out, out, out!
When?
No, no, no!
China, China, China!
Out, out, out!
When?
No, no, no!
Long live!
The Dalai Lama!
Long live!
The Dalai Lama!
Long live!
The Dalai Lama!
Tuchiche,
Thank-
Yellow!
Work yellow! Wow.
Thank you, Kala. Thank you, Kala Mendoza. If we could clone Kala Mendoza. But since we can't clone Kala Mendoza, maybe we can all rededicate our lives and our energy to doing what we can. Not showing up once a year on March 10th. Let's go to all the candlelight vigils. Let's do as much as we can. How many more people inside Tibet can we afford to lose? We're now going to have another few minutes of chanting.